The sole purpose of gambling anime, the reason it was conceived, is to show and put people in a situation where the most disgusting, garbage aspects of human nature are exposed to the general public, to be exposed in the most amazing, dramatic, and fun fashion. We live vicariously through these pieces of shit in these gambling animes. And there are two types of gambling anime, unfortunately. The first type is the optimal form of gambling animes, where the main cast is put in a horrible situation. They're in increasingly garbage debt, or they just fuck themselves because they're literally dumb as fuck, and they're put in an unpredictable situation where they have to use their brain, use everything at their disposal to overcome the situation in a series of games. That's gambling. And in this archetype, you feel every character has a chance to die or lose everything in their possession, their life, their money, their status, whatever. They will lose everything they bet, and they can lose everything they bet. Now, the second type of gambling anime is unfortunately the worst type of gambling anime because it presents none of these dangers. It presents these dangers in a very glorified, very pretty manner that doesn't suit or dramatize the dread of loss that could be happening. In gambling anime, every situation should feel at the end of the day a 50-50. The main cast either wins or dies. There are two perfect examples to display both of these archetypes of gambling anime. The first archetype encapsulates Kaiji, a gambling anime where literally every character is taken from an ugly bastard hentai. Now, I don't know why my guy, the fucking author, was like, I'm gonna make every character in this anime a dude, and further that, every one of these dudes will be an ugly bastard. Now, I don't know why he did that, but they did that. Now, the second type of gambling anime is represented perfectly by Kakegurui. Now, this anime is very pretty. Every girl and the two dudes in the anime are literally default main characters of hentai, and every woman in this anime is literally the rest of the female characters in all hentai. They are pretty, they are glorified, and they gamble. But the difference between both of these situations is immense. Kaiji, our main character, is thrust into a ship that is meant for gambling fucks and people that are just in an insane debt, and they either are able to gamble their way out of the ship and become the only one standing or the few standing, or if they lose all their money or whatever they're given, they are human trafficked and essentially become slaves for the next 10 years of their life. Now, that's do or die. They're in this ship, they have nowhere else to go, they cannot flee, there are guards everywhere. The only way they can win is play by the rules and become the best. Now, in Kakegurui, it is a school system. The gambling is incorporated into the school's culture. Now, that already sounds garbage because all these kids are rich. They literally are just rich. They're sons and daughters of just CEOs of multi-millionaire businesses, and the only reason why they're gambling is because they fucking feel like it. That's it. Like, you could literally not gamble at all and just be fine. You could just walk away from all this and you'd be good. But our main characters go into this gambling thing and they just bet shit, and it's kind of cool because, you know, all gambling anime have their own little quirky games that the author is like, oh, this is ingenious, I'm gonna just outsmart, big brain, all this together. And yeah, it's kind of fun to watch the gambling aspect, but the after effect of the gambling where, you know, you're betting your life, your status, your money with another person's life, and they're trying to outsmart you and beat you in this gambling setting. And whenever our main cast gambles, I never feel that sense of loss, that presence of overwhelming death that could happen if they fuck up. Like, if they slip, if they do some shit, if they don't plan perfectly, I feel like they always will never lose. But in Kaiji, that aspect is present. The main character is by himself. He has nobody to rely on. He can only gain friends within the ship, which include either disgusting fucking rich people that just want to see the games play out, or also increasingly massive debt people. They're just in debt, and you know, they're already pieces of shit. A lot of them are useless fucks and just only care about themselves. I mean, every single one of these people are portrayed as ugly bastards for a reason. They're all just self-fuck, and that's brilliant. That makes our main character the only person here that he can trust, and that presence is always there because we, the viewer, have no idea what will happen to this kid. He is a person that was in debt, and he just got human trafficked into a ship that he has to gamble his way out of, or he fucking becomes a slave. That's the end of the story. That's it. And that's why being put in a situation like this and being written in a situation like this already presents that fear, that overwhelming sense of death behind mind every footstep you take forward, because the moment you take one step back, you're fucking dead. You're a slave, you're gone, you have nowhere else to go, and that's it. But in Kakegurui, you have none of that. I mean, Kakegurui is prettier, that's about it. It's very pretty. Kakegurui is pretty. If you want to watch Kakegurui, you can go ahead and do that. Kaiji is definitely the better gambling anime, but it is ugly as fuck, and they also somehow fucked up and uploaded in like 480p or some shit, so you can't get it in higher definition, which is, you know, that's like small pee brain shit, but whatever. Well, gambling isn't cool, and you should gamble responsibly, unlike these dumb fucks. But yeah, just gamble responsibly, and if you're not,